Hello everybody and welcome to part 11 of my Monster Hunter World streams. Just a second, I'm realizing my tracking's not exactly working as it should be, so let me just... There we go. Better. Hero Beats is first. Hi Hero Beats. Also, who was first before we restarted? It doesn't say, I don't think. That's a shame. You see a cutie?
Person who was first before... Oh no,
Yeah,
it's restarted. Never mind.
There was a restart. My computer was doing weird things and I had to reset up all my audio settings and do the... what's the word? Yeah. So we're gonna have to fight Diablos again after the crash last stream. Hopefully it works now.
I can assure you his horns will not survive so long as I'm there.
That's good to know, but what about the tail?
I mean, I'm using blunt weaponry, so that's probably not going to work, but hey, if you use your
I
insect
have a
glaive,
horn.
I'm sure that you can do it.
I'm using the horn.
Oh, you're using the horn? Okie dokie. In that case, then, I guess I'll bring my bow gun there and I can try and slice off the tail instead, then. We'll swap positions.
Actually, no, I'll bring my spear again. Why not? Oh no, it's one person again until I get to the point. Anyway, for anyone who wants to join at the time when the joining is good, here's the session ID. There you go. Let's use the spear. I'm just hoping it's not going to crash again.
Fingers crossed, and I'm touching wood as well, so good omens hopefully.
Why touching wood?
I don't know why that one's a good luck omen, but I don't know, I've just heard it. Touch wood.
Please stop touching wood.
I mean, I can't. My computer desk is literally made out of timber.
What do I have? I can't upgrade that yet. I need Legiana stuff. Oof. My computer's barely handling this game either at this rate lately. Yeah, let's use what were we using last time? We were using poison, weren't we? Let's bring that. So yeah, sorry that the stream startup is a bit slow today, but yeah, just lots of troubleshooting, lots of things going wrong today. But yeah, we're about to fight Diablos. So that's going to be an experience again. Manage items. Pay with money. Here we go. We can skip this, can't we? But we wanted to see if the animation was different. No, it's the same, I think. The same one. Health, stamina, and attack up. Very hungry, apparently. But yeah, sorry that the stream's not as smooth as I'd like. I mean, it should be smooth now, but I'm just hoping nothing else goes wrong. It's like put me off a bit mentally today, so, with all this happening, so yeah. Where are we going? We're after Diablos, aren't we?
The Tyrant of the Sands.
Yeah, so now I know that it forces us into a cutscene when we get slightly too close. I have the idea of, oh, I need to find my way back out of this starting cave. I forget the way. I have the idea. I completely forget my words now. Cats. I have the idea of getting all of its tracks first, so that I can increase the research and maybe get a few investigations for Diablos.
So you can hunt him a bit more afterwards.
Yeah. So it's a bit better to do that than to do it through expedition.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's the exit. Yeah, I think it'd be a real good idea. Let's eat some rations. Why does my stamina start so low when I just ate a huge meal before coming on this mission?
I honestly don't know. Stamina's funky like that.
Apparently so. Wait, is that the track there? As if it is. This is what I need. It is.
That is some of it.
Bonus footprint. Okay, camera. Calm down. Yeah, it doesn't give me if I move forward slightly, I'm going to be too close. I don't know if there's any other tracks than these though. Yeah, I remember I was going for these tracks the other time, but there we go, investigation added. That's always a good sign. I have helmet hair? What do you mean? Is something wrong?
How can you have helmet hair if you don't have any hair in the first place?
Wait a second. What's going wrong with the stream? Come on. Give me a second. Weird. Ultimate helmet hair? What does that mean?
They're referring to your character in Monster Hunter.
Oh, my character.
Yes, you're perfectly fine, you lucky little Avali.
Had me worried. I like how my sideburns there exactly match the color of my spear. The puke feathers on the spear. Yeah, so we did all this the last time, and we got pretty close to killing / capturing Diablos, and then we had error 12. That was 2 days ago. Yesterday we did the monthly compilation instead. Ooh!
Diablos.
I really think that my character is a lot more intimidating in these cutscenes than the monsters. Do you see my character? Look at that. That's intimidating. Oop. I'm getting attacked as I look at my character.
I'm coming to save you.
I'm alive. Hold on.
I didn't say you were dead. Alright, so I guess then I used the
I'm
wrong
getting
words. I'm coming to
distracted.
help at the very least then.
Whee! What was I doing? I need to use this, don't I?
It's hammer time.
Oop. Come on, I was above that. This is going poorly. Right, that's how I grapple. Let's do some of that. Oh no, I can't grapple while it's diving.
Nope. Get ready to dodge roll.
Remember fighting this guy in Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii? You hated him? Was he that bad?
Yeah, he used to be a lot worse.
Where do I need to hit this friend to get the white buff? There we go. Wait, I broke parts by doing that? That was just sending my bug at them.
No, that was me. I broke his horns. So now he cannot see well, actually, no, he can still see, but at the very least, he's got a little less range on his front side.
You're going to be doing way more damage than me if you're using late game weapons. Are you using late game weapons?
The hammer at least, yes. I can switch to my bowgun though, which is.
Well, you can't switch now, can you?
You are. No, I can actually. All I need to do is get out of his aggro range and I can change it to camp.
Huh.
It really is that easy.
Where's my thing? I think it's running away. Oh no, it's just there. There it is. There's the cloak. I don't need the cloak on. Where'd the horn drop to?
The horns don't actually physically drop on the ground.
Oh.
They just count as extra drops once you've actually caught the monster. And because I've broken both of them, that means even more drops.
Okay. How are you today, Jacob and Hero Boots? The desert in Tri was pretty big, so he'd constantly be underground going between various areas where you chase him down hoping your cool potion didn't run out? Cool potion?
Yeah, so that you don't overheat, because if you're too hot for too long, you start losing health passively, and that can be really dangerous.
Huh.
Gotta stay cool as an Avali, I guess.
Cool as an Avali. The worst thing with Diablos is they travel underground, so they're not leaving terribly many tracks.
Yeah, they only really leave tracks when you actually leave them alone.
Why do they keep doing this? I got stuck in a bad spot there. How did the red bug wear off? I saw I just did that. I don't know how I feel about the idea of hot and cold potions. You liked it because it made hunts feel more thought out and planned? How much resources did it take to use these potions?
They didn't take up very many, but you could only carry so many of you at a time.
Can they stop roaring? How do I do the, Yeah, I can do that move. You see somebody is a helicopter main? I'm a helicopter secondary. I'm a hunting horn main. Hi, Shrimp.
Hunting horn mains are the rarest of hunters, but definitely the most appreciated.
Am I really that rare?
In world at least, yes you are. No one really likes playing the support role for some reason.
Huh. Whee! Oh, I thought I was gonna go down the hole.
You don't want to go down the hole. Even though there's no such
That's
thing
what
as
you
fall
think.
damage. Also, thank you for keeping his tail tenderized for me.
Does it detenderize, does it?
After a while, yes it does.
You can get armor that can cool and heat you? That's not how armor works. Well, I mean heating maybe, but cooling? What kind of armor cools?
He was the king's girlfriend in the beginning. Yep.
Oh, I got the white one. How did that happen?
I really wish I could use my sticky ammo against this, but unfortunately sticky ammo cannot sever.
Oh, I got him right as he was digging. Wait till I hear about gems and slotting. Do I want to hear
Yeah,
about
that's a
gems and
high-rank
slotting?
thing.
I'm scared.
Nah, it's not a bad thing. If anything, it's actually a good thing. Because you know how certain armor pieces have set bonuses and all that?
I guess.
Oh, got the tail.
Oh, nice. I wonder if it's gonna crash while I grab the tail again.
He's running away.
Hi, Shizuku. Thanks for the host. Also, thanks to Shrimp for the raid. For some reason the alerts have only just shown up to me. I don't know what Streamlabs is doing today.
You have the same idea as I.
New weapon, where is the banhammer weapon? I'm using the spear, the banhammer's in my chest.
Onwards.
Not deeper. Anything but deeper. They sleeping. Were they ready to capture, were they?
He's close to being captured.
Would a
Yeah, he
capture
seems
have
tired
worked?
enough.
Have a good rest, Shrimp. Thanks for stopping by.
Got him.
Nice.
I had to craft on the fly to get my shock trap ready, but hey, this is why I always carry traps on me.
Come on, mission, please finish before the error happens.
Mission accomplished.
Yay. How is the stream quality, by the way? I have changed a few settings, so I'm hoping it's improved. What's this thing? Dash extra.
It's still running buttery smooth on my end, so I'm not seeing any errors or anything.
Yay!
Did you get some twisted horns?
I don't know. Probably not. Are they rarity 5? So I didn't get anything that was sparkling.
They're not sparkling, but they're actually the hardest thing to get off of him just because of how normally difficult it is to break a Diablos' horns.
Probably not. You have ascended to the apex and proved yourself! Now you may know the secret of the dragon that carries a mountain of fire on its back. The dragon hovers on the brink of death, but the light of life is calling to it, drawing it away from its proper grave. It has wandered into the Everstream and lost its way. Now it stands poised to perish there, brimming with fiery, life-bringing energy. The Everstream connects every corner of this land like the veins of a beating heart. Should the dragon succumb to death there, its glut of energy will hurtle through those veins, setting them afire and searing the land to ash and scorched earth. That is the dragon's secret. That shall be this land's fate. Nature's course cannot be swayed. Oh no!
Everyone, please, quiet down. Let's review our current situation. Thanks to the 5th Fleet's diligent efforts, we've learned a number of things. 1.
I look so confused.
The Everstream.
I look so confused up there.
2. That upon its death, it'll release the bioenergy it has stored. And 3. That the Everstream is connected to every corner of the new world. So,
I'm getting some
if
background
Zora
noise there,
dies
Xona.
inside the Everstream,
Sorry, I'll just adjust my levels
bioenergy
quickly.
will blast us all to hell.
Commander, the Commission should make evacuation its first priority. I'll tell my sister to prepare her airship.
There's no time. We don't have any choice but to take down Zora Magdaros.
What? Blowing ourselves to oblivion is not what we're trying to do.
Correct. And the whole reason we're here is to study the beast's role in the ecosystem.
Study the beast's role in the ecosystem. It looks like we're pretty dead set on killing the beast.
Not erase it from the ecosystem.
Are you sure about that? The chief ecologist has not seen what the game's called.
I think I might have an alternative.
The handler. I think we have an alternative to not killing it. We could just kill it.
Lure it away from the Everstream somehow.
Lure it away.
I like my version better.
Yes, sir. I did a little digging, and the Everstream borders the ocean, right? So if we can lure Zora Magdaros out onto the open water...
We can mitigate the blast. And the bioenergy released would start a whole new ecosystem in the ocean. Life would go on.
Need I remind you, sir, that we're currently short on supplies from our attempt to capture it? And even if we had enough supplies, what kind of weapon could get that thing to change its course?
Don't worry. I have a plan. A very big plan.
Is that what I think it is?
Oh, now we're talking.
What are we looking at?
Captain, you sure took your sweet time getting here. But we're happy you made it.
Happy to
Oh, there's a boat. The boat wasn't always there?
Ballista, cannon rounds, and a literal boatload of supplies. Not to mention a little surprise. The guild supplied us with one hell of a ship. She's armed with the latest anti-elder
Okay,
dragon
I've
weapon.
adjusted my
Dragonator.
settings. Is this better?
I guess so.
Excellent. Just the weapon we need to drive Zora Magdaros out to sea. Hunters, it's time. Complete your preparations with speed and make your way to the Everstream.
We have an alternative. We can lure it before we kill it. We're just studying it after all.
We must do this. May the Sapphire Star light our way. Now, get moving.
Studying seems to involve a lot of weapons.
It's time to see Zora Magdaros off.
Ooh, login
All of
bonus.
us.
Nice.
That's a lot of ouches.
Study, but yeah, we are studying how it reacts to being hit. So what was that thing you wanted me to check if I got? Exornan? You wanted to check if I had horns, right? Where do I find the
Yes,
horns?
if you got Diablos horns. Oh, they're a crafting material. So they'd be used for like
Where
Diablos
do I
weapons.
see them in the crafting? Are they in my manage items? Craft?
Oh, no. Like for armor and weapons, it's not that kind of crafting material.
Yeah, so how do I find it? If I've got one.
You'd find them when you go to the smithy.
Oh. I have no idea. Do you have any bounties?
Full steam ahead.
Oh, we have completed one. Register bounties, let's get 2 more ones. And then... Hold on, are there any side quests around here? There are. Let's grab them. Unless this is just them telling me they've got more stuff.
New products in stock.
It is new products. Nice! What do they got? 2 bucks. A boomerang. Binoculars? Are binoculars worth it? Probably not. Just carrying this gives you demonic strength. Is power and armor charm worth it?
Usually.
Seems cheap enough. It doesn't use it up, does it?
You do have to use it.
It says just carrying it.
Oh wait, right, I'm thinking of the powder variants.
These are worth it? I can just put them in my inventory and get permanent buffs?
I'm pretty sure, though I've never actually used them myself.
Lovely. What else have we got? Do we have any new ammo types that we don't have yet? That's the other thing I'm most interested in. Just seeing if any of these don't have a highlight on the right, which means it's something we don't have yet. No, we've got all those. Cool. Now that I think about it, it wasn't until the 5th got here that our research started moving forward. I was hoping you'd be the kick in the rear end the Commission needed to make progress, but you're more than that. You're a damn force of nature is what you are. I'll just go ahead and pat myself on the back for being smart enough to bring you here.
Listen to me.
Well, time is running short. You need to get to the Everstream. We'll run through what needs to be done on site. Good luck.
Sapphire Star, light your way.
Yours, mine, and the guild's. Oh, there's a thing here too. 3 side quests. New specialized tool and I need materials.
All right.
Okay, hunt all target monsters in the ancient forest. Okay. Hi, Aki. Let's upgrade a gun. One of these uses Diablos parts, right? Ooh, I can upgrade to the... Hey, did someone throw stuff at me or am I just hearing stuff in the background of the game? I can't tell. It's the same noise, I'm sure of it. Where's my defender gun? Because I ended up getting... Yeah, I got a commendation a few missions ago, so I can get this. There we go. Can't upgrade that. Can't upgrade that. I got 2 twisted horns.
Ah, very nice.
Is that a lot?
For someone who's not using a hammer, yes. Yes, it is.
Nice. Which one do we want here? I think we want the Diablos shooter. So let's upgrade our bone gun too. Not dragon bone, just normal bone. To Diablos. There we go. We need some kind of weird bone to get the next upgrade on this. Probably like a warped bone plus or something. So that's the same colour as the warp bone, or maybe it's just something in a new biome we've not been to yet. You can put some parts on these guns, but I don't notice a huge difference between them. Radoban. Strange things. I don't know what that thing at the bottom is of this one. So...
Yeah, that material that you need that's question marks, that is a high rank thing.
Yeah, I figured. And we're gonna use Dragon Gun. There we are. Since we're using Dragon Gun, we'd better collect some ammo for it. Rathalos and Rathian.
Hey partner,
Yep, so we're gonna be fighting Rathalos and his green waifu at the same time.
Green what?
Waifu.
Is that what this is?
I mean, considering that they really are a male-female pairing, yes.
Oh,
At least that's how
is this
I've always
story
perceived
stuff?
it.
Because I was just checking the missions.
No, this isn't story stuff. This is...
A ballista and cannons are more annoying to Zora Magdaros than effective. Yeah, okay. Do I just come here for the recap, or...?
Nothing can stop us.
Let me go! No! Does throwing stuff at me work? Why do I say this is going to make people throw stuff at me?
Yes, yes, it definitely is going to make people throw
Don't
things
do
at
it.
you.
Don't do it.
It most definitely still works.
Oh no. Wait, you were readied up, right?
Yes, yes I was. So I'm ready to go and shoot some giant wyverns.
This game scares me when it tries to crash.
Oh, don't worry, it does that to me too.
Why do these have X's on them? Because they don't work with this gun?
Correct.
None of the box
ammo has
ammo
a-
works with my gun? Oh no. Oh no, I've got... I guess Pierce and Spread 1 works, but not 2. Okay.
So who are we hunting first? The guy or the girl?
How do I get more dragon ammo? Can I craft more of that stuff?
You can also purchase it from the main guy.
No, I
Ammo
can't.
really...
He
You
doesn't
can't?
sell it.
Ah.
Item box. Crafting. Where's the... Trank. Cluster. Dragon ammo. Need normal ammo and 10 dragonfell berries. No wonder I'm not getting it often. I can only carry 3 dragon ammo with me at a time. So these guys are weak to ice or something, aren't they? Too bad
They
you
actually
can't...
tend to be weak to dragon.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna go for Rathalos first. Wrong button. I want to check the book and see what their weaknesses are, because I've only got 3 dragon bullets. Hunter's Notes, Rathalos and Rathian. Rathalos. Weak to dragon, then thunder, then water and ice.
And of course, as per usual, don't even bother with fire, because if it tends to breathe it, then it's not really going to be affected by it.
Dragon, thunder, water and ice. Stun's also good against both of them. So do we have any kind of stun ammo? We've got paralysis, sleep and trank.
Stunning
Exhaust?
comes from actually hitting monsters with blunt objects, so like with a hunting horn or with a hammer.
Kitten is important, Salamander, I understand. Yeah, let's shotgun the dragon.
Sounds like fun.
Or snipe the dragon. We have a sniper weapon. There they are. You know what this means?
What are we doing?
I'm doing a whole lot of 1 damage.
No.
This is fine, right? Wait, how do I grapple again with this? Aim? Then swap. I see. Oh no, I got dropped! No! Oh no, it found me. That would have been so good. Come on. I think they don't like me much. How far can I fall in a single sitting? As long as it keeps chasing me, it's fine.
I don't think he's following you anymore.
Me neither. This is the way up, right? Oh, they're both here. I found the other one.
Oh, you found Rathian as well?
I don't like how their roar knocks me off. Oh, they're both here.
Rathian just disappeared from me. What happened?
They're both on top of me.
Oh, that's bad.
It is?
Yeah,
They're fine.
these two don't turf war with each other. They actually cooperate. You never want these two together.
How fun.
Ah, there's hurt boxes everywhere.
This is fine. Cooperation from the monsters. Oh no. Do I have any null berries? No. Who needs null berries? Did I not pick up any potions from the box at the start?
That doesn't sound good.
What?
You not having potions.
Just because I don't have any from the box doesn't mean I don't have any, it just means I don't have free ones.
Okie dokie.
Trank ammo for some reason. Probably
If
not
you
the
don't
best.
use trank bombs.
You're using a gun too?
Yep.
This is a horrible idea. Wyvern ammo doesn't count as fire, does it?
It does not.
Dragon?
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, it's got wyvern in the name, and wyverns are closely related to dragons.
It does look like fire though.
Is she running off?
Pressing the wrong button. Press the right button, please.
Uh-oh, Rathalos is here. Or at least he's going to be here soon.
Heals. Thanks for the follow, Puricat. Welcome to the pack.
I'm trying to sever the Rathian's tail just because if we can get her tail off, then you don't have to worry from poison from her anymore. Though it looks like she's just decided to leave us. At least Rathalos is still here.
I didn't do much damage.
He looks a little angry.
I only did a little bit of damage. Why do they drop me? They're angry, so the first thing I try and do is grapple, obviously. How are you meant to use the dragon gun? I guess you need more dragon ammo, don't you?
Yeah.
With dragon ammo, it's not doing a whole lot. Good ammo. Is poison any good? Probably not.
Considering that he's got poison in his feet, poisoning him is about as effective as trying to hurt him with fire.
This isn't where I want to be.
He's calmed down somewhat.
Not for much longer if I do that.
Did I break his tail off?
Bowguns probably are better in a team of people with different weapons. Ooh, who broke the tail?
That would be I. I kept shooting his tail with slicing ammo and it looks like it finally worked.
Nice. That's not the
The less
poisonous
range
tail
he
though,
has,
is it?
the better.
The other one's the poisonous tail.
Whilst that may be true, the less range he has from when he's spinning and swooping, the better in my opinion. Speaking of the girl, she's here now.
Yeah, they heard what you did. I don't like how vertical this area is. The entire time I'm falling down and climbing up and falling down again.
That is the tree.
Not a fan. Considering literally everywhere else in the game has invisible walls that stop you from falling.
Yes, there's the tail gone for her as well.
Did you do that too?
Yep. I've been focusing both their tails.
How? I'm doing barely anything, I feel like.
Oh, well, don't worry, I haven't been doing excessive amounts of damage, but still. Part damage is part damage.
Nice hero beats. Oh. Hero Beat says that we start seeing I get knocked down but I get up again. Which is very fitting of the situation. We're getting knocked down quite a bit here.
Rathian's ready for capture, I'm pretty sure.
Are you capturing? This is
I
a
mean, I
hunt, right?
can. Yeah. It says hunt, not slay.
But we must perform our research. Oh no. Where are they? This way. I don't understand why the dragon gun is good. Maybe we get better stuff from it later on.
Dragon damage becomes very important later on.
It only has like, even though it's a dragon type gun, it only does like, it only has 3 bullets of dragon ammo.
Have you heard of Elder Seal?
A what?
Elder Seal.
An Elder Seal?
Yes.
Are they in
It's an effect
Antarctica?
that dragon type weapons have on them.
From kind of seal. What's it do?
It varies from creature to creature, but when used specifically on Elder Dragon species, it negates some of their most terrifying abilities.
Okay. Huh.
So it's great for battling some of the biggest things around.
Come on, I just got here, don't fly off.
I think he knows that I just captured Rathian and he may be coming to...
I just got there.
Where's he
Right.
going? Please don't tell me he's coming up. Oh no, he's coming up.
Oh no, they've escaped me. I ran across the entire map and they escaped me.
You did remember to carve both of their tails?
I carved one of their tails.
Good
Didn't
enough
even
then.
see the second tail. I was too busy getting knocked down to carve the other tail. They're moving again. We have to go back across the
really?
map.
Where's he going now?
I have no idea.
He just doesn't sit still, does he?
Nope. Got some nullberries though. Would I sit still if some ants came along and killed my wife? Probably not. You're never going to keep me down unless you happen to land in a low-lying area. That's not the ammo I wanted. I wanted rival ammo.
Oh, fireballs.
Can I cancel that? I guess not. I guess they like targeting you more.
Oh, he's flying off again.
Well, he was here. What did you do? Let's blame Ixawanan.
He's going back up to the nest, I'm pretty sure, where I captured Rathian.
That's how blame works, right? You just pick someone. Shiny mushroom. Why is it so extra shiny sometimes? Stuff that you can pick up.
It just decides, I guess.
Besides what? Ooh,
Whether you
there's
get
a
shiny stuff or not.
bug there. Okay. Are they sleeping?
He's just up here.
You already up there?
Yep.
Hey, are you so quick? Do you just fast travel right to the objective every time, do you?
No, I fast travel to camps.
That's what I mean.
Yes, yes I do. Only if I know where I think he's going though.
Nice.
There we go, job's done.
Very sneaky. Does wyvern ammo work here?
Yes, yes it does. Oh no.
Whee! What have I caused? And that was the last we ever heard of the Rathian.
I got 2 Rathian plates. How about you?
One. Alright, 1 Rathian, 1 Rathalos.
That's
No,
still
2
very
Rathian,
nice.
1 Rathalos.
Excellent.
This is how side quests do. Weapon attacks while grappling. Yeah, I was just spamming that. Can you tell? So what was marked? Sorry, where did this cannon come from? That wasn't always here. It's getting in the way. Bonus cannon. Yes, we got the one upstairs to talk to. Oh, why don't they both show up on the platform? More Daka? I don't know. Should we keep using the gun?
Oh, your hair.
What about my hair? Oh, your hair. Okay. That's so in character for this person. The person says, "Oh, you're here," and they take it to mean a comment about her hair. I can't even. What did we unlock here? Anything good?
Right.
Specialized tool? First working model. I wouldn't know. I don't know if I'd be calling a mantle a model, but okay. And
Which
what's it
mantle
do?
that you earned?
Bandit.
No time for standing around.
Ah, yes. When you've got the bandit mantle equipped.
Well, I'm about to read what it does. Bandit
okay.
Mantle causes monsters to drop rare trade-in items when you attack them. I don't much care for trade-in items.
But it's free Zenny though.
I don't think cash is my biggest issue here. Meanwhile, I could just be using the Vitality Mantle. I need to change my loadouts. Hold on. I need to change all of them. Watch this. Manage items. Go back to loadout 2. Then I want to get the demon powder. I don't need raw meat at all. Demon powder, and what was the other one? The one that gives me more armor.
Armor skin?
No, not that one. Where is the thing that you only need to hold? Power charm and armor charm. That's what I mean. Probably get rid of antidotes. Antidotes cure poison? I mean, no wonder I've not been having them. Snowman.
I mean, nullberries can't solve all your problems.
Guess that's more reason to not carry nullberries with us. I'm guessing we probably don't need to carry as many potions. I don't know, I think this is enough things to carry. No. There we go. And we'll make sure to just carry those in whatever loadout we use, I guess. Next mission. Special Arena Odogaron. That's no good. Legiana, they can't get that. Can't get that, can't get that. You think we get a special arena every time we capture instead of kill? Perhaps you get a new one, but I'm pretty sure special arenas remain.
They most certainly do.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any upgrades I can do to the horns. Diablos is mainly for the gun. Let's use our defender horn. That's one of the early ones, isn't it? I get so paranoid in here. My all these blacksmith noises sound like I'm getting slapped. Defender horn, there we go. Odogaron.
Good old Lodi.
The big puppy. I need to know how... I'm going to find out how much extra damage holding these things actually gives me. Also, is armor just like an amount of damage resistance? Because I don't see
Yes,
an armor bar or anything.
No, it doesn't have a bar. It's just general defense up.
Alright. Steroid jerky. Why not? So we capture it only to murder it anyway. Hello? Does it have something in its mouth or is that its tongue? Power Charm gives +8 attack and Power Charm gives +12 defense. But is that like, does that mean my damage will do 8 more, or is, like, I don't understand how damage works. Cannon. This will be a good idea, right? I want to put all 5 cannonballs in. Do it. I think it sees me. So much for the cannon. I don't understand how the number actually reflects the damage numbers I see on the enemy though. Whoop. That tail moves around quickly, doesn't it? It does 6 more damage, so that means it's impossible for me to do 1 damage. Anything that does 1 damage will do 6 now, is that what that means? Or am I still misunderstanding?
It just turns you into Phil Swift for a little bit.
Into what?
Phil Swift. That's a lot of damage.
Is that your AP hammer?
No, this is a different one I've got.
So it's not OP.
I'm just abusing his weakness to ice.
It means I always do 1 even if I should do 0. Okay. Right, is it... This is the Odogaron we captured, right? Right? Right?
No, wrong.
For it to appear in the arena, like story-wise, it's one we captured first, right?
Yes.
Oh no, I think we killed someone's pet.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. At least I got 2 plates out of it.
Ooh, a thing. Yeah, this was someone's pet. I can prove it whenever I get out of the mission. Secret Monster Hunter lore. We're just going around murdering pets now. No plates.
Gave me 3 trap tools though.
That's
I'll
nice.
always take more of those.
So, I'm gonna prove to everyone that this was, after all, somebody's pet. Behold. Ah! This is the one we capture. Capture an Odogaron. This is the only one we've captured. I really miss my old pet. The days we spent going to the park playing fetch. I long for that companionship, that loyalty. Please go out and find me a new one. We killed their pet.
Fine, we can capture him a new one.
Does that also imply that the one they lost was one we killed as well?
Possibly. You can't prove anything.
Maybe
though.
we're the bad guys all along. Oh no, what have we done?
You can't prove anything.
Rathalos hunt. Oh, but they can.
Nothing will stop us.
How can they not prove? Hi, Masonic. Is this why you're throwing things at me? Hi, Storica. Hypothetically, the extra 6 roll might only translate to 0 or 1 extra. Still, that's per attack. It adds up. Interesting that it's only like 1 key press that actually lets you skip that cutscene. Everything adds up. 1 damage. So if we if we deck out our entire inventory in those things, we can do like 10 extra damage per hit. Huh? Smart. It doesn't stack except with power talent and drugs. Drugs stack? Okay. Do not stack drugs. That is how overdoses happen. Very serious. Okay, here I am being stealthy. You want to pull them over towards the dragon thing over there?
It's not active yet, though.
Yeah, you want to do it anyway?
Yeah, sure. Just let me find some rocks that I can throw at his face to try and make him mad.
I think I've weakened their head. They're going to be mad soon if they're not already.
Ooh, this gives me an idea.
Are you going to take them over towards the dragon thing for me?
I'm taking him with the boulder trap so you can drop some rocks on him.
Right there. Perfect. I just did 600 damage.
You didn't even drop the rocks on him.
I didn't need to. I did 600 damage. I did 5 cannon shots. How much more do you need?
Here, boy, come on. Who's a good boy, Rex? Come on, stand under the boulders for me.
There are cannonballs here too. Are you leading him back to the middle?
I'm trying to, but apparently he's more focused on you.
Oh yeah, he saw me grabbing the cannonballs there. They didn't like what they saw. You can have 1 power charm, 1 power talent for a total of plus 15, then a demon drug for plus 5. And on stuff like meals and hunting horn buffs. Nice. Am I meant to be up here? Oops! Oh no. Are we both using blunt weapons?
Yeah. This is fine though.
Hearts seem to be breaking regularly, don't they?
That's a good thing though.
Not for them.
And just like that, it's dead.
Casually doing the music. You should stand over near the Vigor Wasp. See the Vigor Wasp?
Yeah.
What? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a prank. It was a prank. At least the Vigor Wasp would have healed any damage done, right? That's how Vigor Wasps work.
I got a Rathalos plate.
I got no plates. Oh no. Do I use the Clutch Claw too much? Probably.
There's never such a thing as using the Clutch Claw too much.
All the time. Every attack, no attack but the Clutch Claw. Is that too much yet? Oh, they've disappeared. I guess because we literally just killed them. Oh, this is a special arena. Need food. This will be fine, right? Diablos Arena. With the hunting horn, so we know it's going to be fine. Sneaking. Let's do this again. This did good the other time. They don't hear me, do they? Definitely not. Track the monster. Do we need to track it at this point? Oh no. Whoops. Didn't think it would have worked that poorly. I do not have the timing down on that dodge. I need earplugs. please. Oh no.
It's just one big bullfight.
Come on, play all the songs, please. There we go. How is this working though? Wait, that damaged me? But why? Get that. Oh, they did that twice. Oh, I actually broke one of their horns.
Excellent.
What happened to my extended health recovery? I thought it was still active. Let's reactivate it. Oh no. Those are all my 3 potions. There they are.
That's the other horn broken.
Was it? There we go. I've got these too, I haven't been using this. I like this vitality mantle. Lets me survive so much. Maybe I should stop that. I'm gonna do the big health recovery, that seems like a good idea. Don't need the health just yet. So let's mix this into it. And then get some earplugs back. That's decent. We'll heal from that. That was a really bad spot. Wait, my cat died? They're fine.
Your cat can't die, no.
They're fine. They healed. Oh, that worked. Why is one horn cut off further down than the other? Is that normal?
Yes, that is.
Or is that more based on where I hit them?
No, it is normal.
Diablos Shell, Diablos Marrow, and Diablos Ridge? Weird. Probably could have used that. Interesting. Boop da Avali. Not the boobs. I got another twisted horn.
Nice.
Ah! 3 Diablos horns in one day. Was that a dog toy? Probably. You're the one throwing it at me. Why are you throwing dog toys at me? They have a cloak too. Or a mantle. Avali are not dogs. No, a colossal task. Oh, it's a different color star.
That's a high rank star.
Oh no. Please tell me I'm not about to die.
It's Zora Magdaros.
Please tell me I'm not about to die.
You're not about to die.
You're just telling me that.
I mean, you're asking me to tell you that.
Oh no. Huh. Interesting. Why is some got a different color in the optional? See, why is this blue and those are red? What does that mean?
I think that means that there might be more optional quests that you could receive later on. Like, you've completed all the ones you can for now, but not the entire roster. Or maybe it's the reverse that I'm thinking of.
Weird. Very strange. Yeah, I think I'll probably stop there for tonight. It's a bit of a shorter one today with all the technical issues earlier, but hopefully they're solved so they're not an issue next time. Stay tuned. I'll roll the credits and look for somebody to raid. Here's the Discord link for anybody who's interested to join, just in chat. And yeah, if anyone wants to guide the raid, you can. And apart from that, let's do the credits and then see who's online. Credits. Credits are here. Thank you to Lost Doughboy and Puricat for the follows. Also thanks to Shizuku for the host, Shrimp of Many Memes for the raid. And that's everyone. Who's online? Who are we raiding? Let's raid. Let's raid Typhon Clan. Glad you enjoyed the stream. Hopefully next time it's a longer stream. Hopefully. I try. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Hmm.